Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Who Needs a Classroom? My name is C.Shreve, aka C.Shreve the Professor, and I'm here not in the classroom, just chilling in the parking lot, in the car. So I've got a show tonight in Asheville, got a little time to kill. Wanted to talk about a topic that I always enjoyed in class. Several of the classes I used to teach would discuss behavior change and how to, stop smoking, how to start exercising, but changing your behavior. And so it gets into, these human behavior theories and behavior change theories. And one of the key components of a lot of them is self-efficacy. And really all self-efficacy is, for most of our understanding, is this idea of confidence. This idea of a belief in one's ability to do something. Now, some people have lower confidence. Some people have higher confidence. Sometimes it's less accurate. Sometimes they overestimate themselves or they underestimate themselves. And so sometimes people also confuse the term confidence with competence, with your actual ability. Confidence is your belief in your ability. Or, I think I can, we would say in like self-efficacy, the little engine that could, I think I can. When you think you can, what do you do differently? You tend to, look at yourself a little differently. You might make a little different plan, have a different follow through. It's a different set of choices. It's not just a mind flip. Just I think I can. But when you actually believe in yourself, it can be rooted in different things. Sometimes somebody gave you a lot of good feedback and really kind of pushed you the right way and helped you to have this belief in yourself. Sometimes the reverse happened and somebody told you couldn't, and that actually helped you to strengthen up and say, I'm gonna prove them wrong. So sometimes you may believe you're more able than you actually are. Sometimes you might have the reverse. I tend to be an underconfident person. I tend to fall on the less belief in myself. I have to really prove it to myself. I have to over prove something to myself, if that makes any sense. Like if it's rehearsals, I need to do more reps. If it was football, I needed to run the route a few more times. I really knew I had it. And what that's called is mastery experience. Mastery experience helps you to become more confident in yourself. If you actually become more competent, you can't help but believe in your ability. Once you've, seen yourself bench press 225, or once you've seen yourself deliver a speech, or once you have seen yourself handle life in a certain way, it gives you confidence to handle another life situation. The cool thing about self-efficacy and self-confidence is that it's transferable. So if I get really good at math, that might actually help me to go talk to a girl the first time if I'm like a teenager, if I'm a young person. Middle schoolers have this happen sometimes. Learning to dribble the ball with their left hand might help them take a little more time and learn long division. We see these weird little confidence trade-offs with kids especially. But a lot of that is this idea of mastery experience. If I master one thing, I'm going to apply that mindset to something else. So a bunch of things affect our self-efficacy. I may do a whole other talk on that, but I was really kind of focused on confidence and versus competence and how they differ. But some other things that do affect, from the self-efficacy point of view, what's your self-talk like? We call this verbal persuasion. If you had a coach, some coaches bring the best out of you. Some challenge you some in the right way. Some really kind of, get in your head the wrong way. And so that's really kind of shows how powerful words are and the way you're being spoken to. And the way you speak to yourself. What's your self-talk? Is your self-talk, the next one's going in? Is the next one, or is the self-talk, oh man, I hope I don't miss? Those are different points of view. That's kind of the talk idea, the verbal persuasion idea. The way we learn, who are you learning through? If you want to become good at something, who are you watching? Kids learn by watching their parents and their older siblings. If I want to become an amazing MC, I better watch some KRS-One. I better watch Rakim. I better study some of the great folks who've come before me and learn, from them. That's vicarious learning. See how they rock that stage, how Mac Miller tore down, Lollapalooza in a different country, that type of thing. And then also these things contribute to your state. We call it somatic state. There's like a good zone to be in if you're performing. If you're a performer on stage or in a competition field or in the boardroom, if you have to perform, it's time to perform. There's kind of an optimal performance state. And usually it's calm. It's kind of the zone. You know, it's kind of things are working out right and the game slows down, so to speak. It's not high anxiety, not so stressed. When you get really keyed up like that, that's where you put too much pressure on it. You overthink it. So your somatic state plays into it. And so the way you talk to yourself affects that state. The way the people around you provide positive or negative feedback affect that. All of that plays into your belief in yourself, your confidence, your self-efficacy, you know, how you view yourself. And so a little bit of it's a mind game, not a mind game, but a little bit of it is kind of change your point of view, which is kind of a mind flip, but it's also simple when I look at it in other ways. The mastery idea, putting practice in, getting your 10,000 hours. If you got 10,000 hours, get 400 more. That type of thing. Continuing on the path. You're not going to ever really master it all the way, but you're headed towards mastery is kind of the goal. So, if you're not feeling confident in something, put more work in. I always find that helps a whole lot. I've seen MCs on stage not know their rhymes or bobble a verse and be like, man, I don't know why I'm not so confident. It's like, do you know that verse? Are you really, excuse me, are you really as confident as you're telling yourself you are? And if not, you know, maybe let's up the competence, your actual ability, up that. So thank y'all kindly. That's going to be the topic for today. Who needs a classroom? All you need is a little bit of time and, video camera and whatnot. My name is C.Shreve the Professor. I got some new music releasing soon. In the meantime, check out the channel, share it with a friend. Who needs a classroom? All you need is your own brain space sometimes to up that education level. So if y'all want to leave some comments, tell me what topics you might like to see. That would be helpful. Thank y'all kindly.